Rose.
Now, let me give Leon Rose props. Because let me tell you something. I had no issue with them going to get Jalen Brunson. I had an issue with how they did it. I thought it was Bush League to be showing up in the playoffs and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And it really annoyed me. You ain't recruiting for college. It's stupid, okay? But one would argue $103 million, you overpaid. Oh, no, now you're underpaid. Jalen Brunson, should have been an all-star.
Steal.
Jalen Brunson is clearly the MVP of this team. I don't care about Julius Randle's numbers right now. What Jalen Brunson has done, bringing leadership and poise from the point guard spot, I mean, I can't say enough about the job he's done. He has been spectacular. Julius Randle, great as well. And Julius Randle, here's where the real love comes in. Ain't missed one single game. Has played every single game for the New York Knicks this year. I mean, the first ability is availability and reliability. And that brother has shown up. I am not pleased with what I'm seeing from R.J. Barrett at all. I'm not pleased.
Because you're still stuck on Donovan Mitchell. Because you're still stuck about maybe.
No, I'm stuck on his 33% shooter from the three-point range. I'm stuck on his perimeter shot and his three shot. Listen, it's very inconsistent to say the least, and very deceptive because he'll shoot lights out one game and miss the next 5. I'm talking about from perimeter shot.
Can we get to the conversation?
But anyway, in the end.
He's still going about his
Knicks.
yes.
In the end.
Did you even get to speak yet?
The New York Knicks.
It's his time.
Jay, I said it. I'm going to say it in front of you.
Say what?
Everything that's going on with the New York Knicks right now amounts to nothing if Donovan Mitchell sends them home.
Okay.
That's the 4-5 seed matchup.
Yes.
That's the 4-5 seed matchup.
They have to win. They have to win that series.
Okay.
You can lose to anybody else.
But him.
You cannot lose to Donovan Mitchell. Because he should have been a Knick.
That's going to happen.
A thorn in his side. All right, what's the Knicks ceiling?
I would say I think they have a legit shot to win a playoff series.
Okay.
Legit shot. Like, if that's a 4-5 seed between them and Cleveland.
Who would you take?
I would probably take the Knicks right now.
Okay.
Just because I think the Knicks are more complete and they're a tougher team.
So would I.
And I really think that, he made mention of Jalen Brunson. I played with Jalen Brunson's dad, Rick Brunson.
Yes.
Right? There wasn't one day in practice, Stephen A., that I wouldn't leave with claw marks all over my arms because that's the mentality that Rick Brunson has.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson grew up around Rick all the time. He used to be at our practices. That's the type of leader that you brought to the table. Quentin Grimes, the company, Emmanuel Quickly.
Yes.
I love what they bring off the bench.
Very pleased.
And they finally epitomize who Tom Thibodeau is as a coach. They're playing for him now.
That's right.
But that's a difference. So I would probably favor, but don't let Cleveland win that series.
No.
Because I tell you, even though Donovan Mitchell had 44 last night, he's going to be a different kind of animal when that series comes around. And that's playoff basketball. That's different.
Let me say this, because Jay just brought up something that's very, very important. Listen to Woj, Adrian Wojnarowski, our ultimate NBA insider. Let him give you the details about what happened with the New York Knicks pursuit of Donovan Mitchell.
It's personal.
Okay? Danny Ainge took it personal how they tried to recruit Donovan Mitchell, which is why I'm appalled by the New York Knicks in terms of how they handled it. Leon Rose, the president of basketball operations, what the hell is somebody else doing on the phone with Danny Ainge for? Now, you waited and waited and waited because you didn't think that Cleveland would be able to come in and make a deal. You thought you had the best package on the table, and there was no way. You basically bet on yourself that Danny Ainge wouldn't go in a different direction, that he'd ultimately come to you, and fold with some of the demands or whatever, and it ended up costing you. Donovan Mitchell is from New York. Donovan Mitchell wanted to be a New York Knick. How many stars want to be a New York Knick? It ain't been too many. And the fact of the matter is he wanted to be here, and that is something they passed up on. The New York Knicks could lose to Boston. You could lose to Milwaukee. You could lose to Embiid, Harden, and Maxey in Philadelphia. Give them a competitive series, and we'll still look at the season as somewhat successful. If the New York Knicks lose to Donovan Mitchell, if that brother, who is special, should have been a New York Knick. Oh, I'm still mad about that. If this man sends my New York Knicks home, the season is a failure.
Oh, stop.
Failure.
Stop.
Failure.
Stephen A.
That one opponent.
Y'all didn't make the playoffs last year.
You cannot lose to Donovan Mitchell. I'm not letting this go, Jay. He was yours. He was yours, Jay. He was yours. All you had to do was say, take R.J. Barrett, too. It was yours. And you said no. If that man in the backcourt with Jalen Brunson, a dude that you could, not Julius Randle, who's going left, who's going to dribble about 5 to 10 times before shooting, okay? Even though he's having a damn good season. That brother right there, you could have gave the ball to when all else failed and went like this. Take us there. That dude, you let get away. Who wanted?
Okay.
Had his bags packed, Jay.
I know, Mitch. I know. He was in Greenwich. His dad's at the Mets. Every single day. That's all you heard about.
He was coming.
He was traded here in New York.
If that man sends the New York Knicks home, a la Trae Young, a couple of years ago, if he sends the New York Knicks home, no, Jay, that's all we'll be talking about all season.
All right, that's fine.
That's all we'll be talking about.
I found one issue.
In New York.
In New York. I found one issue with your argument. It was the beginning of the argument.
Slightly dramatic.
I mean,
I'm dramatic? Is that what you just said? Is that what you just said?
So dramatic.
About the New York Knicks? Do I look like I'm playing?
I thought I was watching an
You
episode.
think I'm being dramatic?
I didn't ask the question. She asked the question, not me.
I thought I was watching an episode of General Hospital.
No, actually,
I thought Britt showed up.
Very smooth
because that was
and mellow.
so dramatic.
You know, they think about finding me a love interest. You know?
Oh, my God.
You've been saying that for years.
No.
Hola.
All right,
Anyway,
let's
wait, I just saw the one hole in the
keep our
argument.
jobs and act like we've been there before. Okay?
You gave thanks. I'm just curious if you're willing to do this now.
What?
And if you guys do beat Cleveland, would you be willing to do this in the first round of the playoffs if you guys get to the Eastern Conference semifinals? You gave thanks to Tom Thibodeau. You gave thanks to Scott Perry.
Worldwide West.
You gave thanks to Worldwide West.
Leon Rose.
You gave thanks to Leon Rose.
Yes.
Will you give thanks to Jim Dolan for staying out of the way?
Yes.
I just want to say that for the record, because I've not heard anybody, whenever it goes bad, Jim Dolan's first thing people say.
No.
Not you, I know, but most people.
Right.
Go right. I just want Jim Dolan deserves some credit now for staying out of the way and letting these people make decisions.
But in fairness to those critics, the biggest issue they've had with Jim Dolan is his petulance.
I understand.
You want to ban kids, a teenager because he wants you to sell a team. You having Oakley removed by security and stuff like that. Just the petty.
I am saying one thing.
That's what they got on him about. He hasn't done. He stayed out of the way.
I talked to Isaiah Thomas about this legendary Detroit Pistons Isaiah Thomas.
Sure.
What other owner has given more African Americans?
No one.
Those opportunities in the front office.
No one. Hold on. No one, and I've applauded Dolan for that in the past.
Okay. I just
want to
take that for the record.
I want to also say this because he brought up a very important point in all seriousness. Forget Dolan for a second. Major props to Mark Cuban of the Dallas Mavericks. President and GM, black. Assistant GM, black. Head coach, black. Chief marketing officer, Cynthia Marshall, black.
Incredible.
I mean, Mark Cuban has done a great job addressing diversity and has black folks helping to lead his organization. I saw that the other day, and I wanted to take a moment on national television to give Mark Cuban major props for that. But Dolan deserves it as well, as long as he stops being a little petulant child and be a grown man
Just say
and stop
something
it
positive.
and stay the hell out of the headlines for stupid reasons.
Keep it positive for him.
All right, and I'm keeping it positive.
Molly?
Can't lose to Donovan Mitchell.
You finished?
Yes. Yes.
Katie,
all right, little Red.
Next game last night, you saw them firsthand. Can they be a legit threat in the East to at least make some noise?
Make some noise, absolutely. Beat the Celtics or the Bucks 4 times in 7 games. I just can't go there, even though the Knicks have been an elite team now for 40 games. For half a season, they've been that good, top 10 on both ends of the floor. Those 2 teams at their top are too deep, too experienced, too tough for me to put the Knicks in a 4 out of 7 series with them right now. But I'll tell you this is legit. And Vince has brought up the point before that the Knicks fell apart in the playoffs 2 years ago against an Atlanta Hawks team that Vince knows very well. Julius Randle went one on everyone, and it didn't work. This team is different. Jalen Brunson completely changed this team. Emmanuel Quickley is a 6th Man of the Year candidate off the bench, completely changed this team. Quentin Grimes, Josh Hart, they're deep, they're tough, they have more options and more experience than they did 2 years ago. They could push Philly in the first round, and I think they could push or beat Cleveland in the first round too. Absolutely, they can make some noise.
Vince, quick thought from you.
Whew, he said a lot right there. But no, I agree with him as far as they are a better team. But you think about how they imploded in the playoffs against the Hawks. Yes, what I watched, but now you see that they have even R.J. Barrett that Zach didn't mention, and Mitchell Robinson. They have more experience, more confident players, and they've been through this situation before. So yes, they can make some noise in there. And I think either Knicks, Cleveland, or Knicks 76ers, those are two good series that they can possibly come out, but we don't know.
All right, we'll have to wait and see. They are playing way better than anybody expected. So we'll see if they can make some noise in the playoffs. All right, Zach, Vince, thank you so much.
Hey, what's up, guys? Jag from Jaggy Sports here. It's about that time. We're going to talk about the Knicks. Now, the Knicks have won 7 straight games. Unbelievable. They beat the Brooklyn Nets last night, and I think it was 142-118. Jalen Brunson dropped 39 points in that game. Unbelievable performance. This guy is insane. Clearly they're going to do some damage, right? They won 7 straight. And I was watching ESPN First Take this morning. Basically, they're talking about if it was a 4-5 seed matchup, right? Currently, they're in 5th seed, I believe. 4th seed is the Cleveland Cavaliers. So that would be a first round matchup. Can the Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Knicks, or can the Knicks beat the Cleveland Cavaliers? You guys tell me, because this matchup, this potential first round matchup, is going to be huge. And you got Jalen Brunson scoring average of 23 points per game. Julius Randle, who has not missed a game, is scoring at least 25 points per game. And he's got 10 rebounds a game. Jalen Brunson, 6 assists per game average. Then you got R.J. Barrett scoring about 19, 20 points per game. And Josh Hart, he's proving that he is pretty damn good for the Knicks, right? If you're a Knicks fan, and I like the Knicks, right? They're awesome. I always wanted them to succeed, and I'm glad they are actually proving other people wrong. So let's take it back to the Donovan Mitchell trade, right? Proposal. They wanted Donovan Mitchell, they never got him. Cleveland got him, and now you got Jalen Brunson, which is not a big knock or anything, but Jalen Brunson, he is proving that he is the right fit for the New York Knicks. So the question remains, because Stephen A. Smith says this doesn't mean anything if they don't beat the Cleveland Cavaliers and Donovan Mitchell in the first round. So if this first round matchup happened tomorrow, right? Because it's most likely going to happen. First round matchup, you got the Cavs, you got versus the Knicks, right? Cavs home court, Knicks obviously on the road. Who would win that matchup? Because this is a pretty damn good matchup, right? I don't know. The way the Knicks are playing right now, it's pretty phenomenal what they're doing, because 7 games in a row, and it just proves everything that Tom Thibodeau was doing by not implementing Cam Reddish into the rotation. It just proves that he knows what he's doing. And he wanted a guy like Josh Hart. Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson used to be teammates in college. And it just proves that they have a connection there, obviously. And so ever since they got Josh Hart, it's paying off dividends. So I asked you guys a question. Who would win this first round matchup? Would it be the Cavs or would it be the Knicks? Because the Knicks look damn good. 7 games in a row. They face Miami tomorrow in Miami, and I don't know. Jalen Brunson, when they picked him up, I remember watching First Take, and I saw Stephen A. Smith just yelling at across the screen and whatnot, kind of thing, saying this is they should have got Donovan Mitchell, but come on. Fast forward to now, do you really think that was a bad pickup, Jalen Brunson? Jalen Brunson ain't no scrub. He can get the job done,
But the question remains is, can he get the job done in the first round of the playoffs facing the Cleveland Cavaliers, which most likely is going to happen. So leave your comments in the comment section. Obviously, who's going to win this first round matchup? I know we're about a month and a half away, but you know, the way the Knicks are playing right now, 7 games in a row, I got to ask you guys this question. Who is going to win this matchup? Is it the New York Knicks or is it the Cleveland Cavaliers? Leave your comments in the comment section. Of course, as always, Jag from Jaggy Sports.